The big question of the day is, can you trust your growth data? Bottom line, can you trust the data that you're using to grow?
The platforms are under reporting, and it's a worst case scenario.
Basically, if you run a campaign for iOS on TikTok ads and you use the CPP option just to track your installs on App Store Connect, you will see that the numbers don't line up.
It depends on how the app monetizes as well, especially if you're looking at post-install data, right? If you monetize with ad revenue or in-app purchases or subscriptions, you see very different data.
Because the problem that we're seeing is that there's often massive discrepancies between ad network data, App Store Connect, SKAN data, first party data, MMP data, all this stuff. That's a problem. We need to have data we can trust if we're going to grow.
I don't think there's a source of truth, actually. Basically, we must corroborate and check different sources for data and cross-check different sources of data.
Each one measures things in a different way, and that can actually help you understand, okay, what's going on behind the scenes.
Data is not reliable and it's not accurate when it's taken in isolation. So we have to cross-check data points to discover the reality, right?
Put a custom product page on all of the ads that you have live, just the same one, and see, okay, I had this many installs on Meta and I have this many installs on my custom product page. I've never seen it not have the custom product page data be higher than it is inside the platform. But on top of that, that is only capturing direct click-through attribution as well. And most of our accounts have a minimum of about a kind of 20 to 30% view through uplift. And the younger the demographic, the less clicky they will be. So they'll go and see your ad and then they'll go to Google or they'll go to the App Store or they'll go to something else and continue their journey there rather than clicking on it directly. So that means then the campaigns can't optimize as fast.
You have to compare all the data points because every of them is giving you a part of the picture, right? And it's your job to stitch all the breadcrumbs together to see what's going on with your paid campaigns.
Even if you have like a single number, always cross-reference and validate assumptions. There's always going to be differences, and sometimes those differences really matter. They mean some really interesting things.
You either go with an MMP to at least have that high level view that helps you to make decisions day over day. If you're like in a more advanced way, you can always like try different alternatives, but you need to really monitor the data closely because there are always discrepancies happening everywhere.
I think we have the general picture. All measurements are invalid. All measurements are valid. There is no truth. Everything is true. You can't trust anything. You have to trust everything. Do I have it correct?
So last thoughts. I think, again, triangulation, never trust one source. Singular or your MMP probably is the best. But again, like triangulation is the best answer.
We power the optimization algorithms for these channels, right? So we kind of understand like the post-install events that happen and send these together with the attribution results to the channels. So generally, I would say that if you're looking for like the data set that's the most real time, the most granular, in a way, the most actionable on the day-to-day operational side, that's typically that user level modeled kind of information, right? Coming from your MMP's dashboard.